I think it's portraying these people in this subset community as being, well, they're obviously showing them at their worst, or at their most socially inept, and their most like, oh, haha, you know, they may be smart, but look how bad it is when they talk to girls, and look how little they understand these things that I think are just completely normal. You know, I'm better than them. And I really find that insulting, and that's the problem I have with the Big Bang Theory. Is people say the Big Bang Theory is this show. It's a, what is it? It's a dumb show about smart people, and these four guys they're nerds. They like sci-fi. They're theoretical physicists, you know, and we're supposed to, on some level, think like, oh, it's a good show. It's bringing more attention to this subculture. And my problem with it is we're not laughing with the four main characters. We're laughing at the four main characters in a lot of instances. Chime in.
Yeah, look, I know that I'm going to come at this from a different angle, just because, as I've said on many clips before on the internet, I don't look at the idea of being offended in the way that most people do. I feel like people go through. No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying you. You're describing what other people have said before. That there was, I think, it might have been on Gizmodo or an IO9 or something like that. It was a critique of Big Bang Theory saying that it's supposed to be a show for geeks, but it's really like they're in a zoo and we're looking at them and laughing.
It is, because look.
But I don't know that I agree with that.
Listen to where the laugh tracks for side note, gross laugh tracks are. They're from. You're supposed to identify with Penny, the normal character. A lot of the time, the ways the laugh tracks are positioned, well, that's another thing on women that I have a problem with, but let me get back on track. So, you're supposed to come at them like, oh, you're laughing at them. It's a lot of the times the punchlines aren't punchlines. They'll just say the phrase Dungeons and Dragons, and it's just ha 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 ha, oh, those losers. But it's really insulting. Like, there are shows that do it better, like Community, for instance, which you don't watch. No,
although I did see the Dungeons and Dragons episode.
They do pay attention to the tropes and the fandoms that people like, and they treat them respectfully. They're not just thrown away for no reason as a punchline.
Yeah. No, I get that you're saying that, and I know that, again, you're saying what other people have said about this. But when you say you're supposed to, maybe in some way the laugh track is constructed, it's suggesting a way to laugh, but I also think that I'm an intelligent person that can go into a show and laugh at the parts that I want to laugh at. So when I watch the show, I think that it's funny. It may not be the best possible way that you could describe what it is like to go about as a geek in a group of geeks, interacting with the things that you do, speculating about Thor and stuff like that. But I'm interested in those subjects. I think that the discussions they have are funny. And while there are certainly the punchline of jokes quite often, the dumb jocks are on Big Bang Theory as well. Penny is frequently made fun of. The female geeks are made fun of too for their social ineptitude, and not just the male geeks.
I don't like the way they treat females either, but that's a problem.
But they're making fun of the guys too. They're making fun of the guys and the girls. That's where I think there's actually some inequality. Now, I do have some problems with Big Bang Theory, and it's related to what you laughed about before, that it is a stereotypical, regular, like, set laugh track comedy. I wish that it wasn't that. I wish it was more like Arrested Development or something like that. But this is what we have to work with, and I like hearing jokes about that stuff as opposed to just another relationship problems show.
It's too lazy to be Arrested Development.
No, I understand that. I don't think it's as good. I wish that it didn't have a laugh track, but I don't go into it looking to be offended. And I think that some of the people who write editorials on it, they're very, like, being a geek, being a dork on the internet now, where, like, there are more shows about it, there are more movies about it. Some people actually like to sort of claim that they are. It's causing some of them to be very defensive, and I think that the attacks on the Big Bang Theory are emblematic of that.